Hi everybody, it's nearly Friday again, so here we are having our little story time, and today I came out from the circle and I'm now in the hedgerow. And the reason I've come into the hedge is because it's very windy and I'm a bit worried about the microphone being a bit buffered up by the noise, as you can hear, but also the fact that the microphone might even blow over along with everything else. So I thought if we get a bit of shelter we can hide in the hedges and hopefully you'll be able to hear what I'm saying. Today's story is a great one. It reminds me of some of the amazing times that we've had walking around the village here. It's a story called The Wild Woods, you try and see that, The Wild Woods, by a guy called Simon James. And it's a great story because it's about people going for a walk and the things they discover when they're on that walk. And the two people that are in this story, one's a grandad and one's called Jess. And Jess is very inquisitive. She loves to get out and walk. She likes to go down the lane like we would. Imagine if she lived in Hathern. I'm sure she'd be going down there across the fields. She likes to see the water. She likes the animals in the water. But she likes wild animals wherever, really. And she gets particularly taken with one animal. And one animal that she really wants to keep. She wants to take it home. And her granddad's going, hold on a minute. It's a wild animal. Wild animals belong in the wild. We can't take the animals home. She's not quite sure about that. So she has a bit of a chase on. But we'll find out what happens in this story. Join in. So I'm going to start off by showing you basically where they're going. And if you look on this picture, you can see we've got an amazing bridge. And there's Grandad down here. Let me show you him. Grandad. And there's Jess. And Jess is looking over the wall into the water. And if you look really carefully, you can see in a tree over here there's some birds. But over here is the animal that I think Jess is really interested in. And I bet you can guess what that is. You can see what that is, surely. You know what that animal is. You might even have been looking to see them in the garden. We don't get them at school very often. Interesting. So here goes. Jess. Jess and her granddad saw a squirrel one day down by the wild woods. I'd like to take him home, Jess said. And there they are, look, walking. And there's the squirrel. It's quite tame, doesn't want to run away, look. Just walking slowly at the moment. You can't keep a squirrel, cried Grandad. They're too wild. Look, I don't think Jess is going to give up easily though. Grandad's like, no. And she's like, yes. She's over that fence. It's just like when we walk down to the river. People lumbering over fences. Amazing climbing. Don't worry, Grandad, said Jess. I'll look after him. But Jess, called Grandad, you can't keep a squirrel. What are you going to feed him? Look at Grandad clambering over that fence. Oh my word. Wow, he's getting over though, this is good. And look at those beautiful trees that the squirrels just run through. The massive roots coming out of the ground. And there's Jess now chasing after the squirrel. This next picture is a great one because you can see what lengths the squirrel is going to get away from Jess. I don't know if you can see there, but look, the squirrel has jumped across the river from rock to rock to rock, and Jess is just behind, almost be able to reach the tail from there. Wow! He likes our sandwiches, Jess said. And look, there's Grandad trying to catch up. Poor old Grandad, he's struggling today. But look, there's Jess, and it looks like the squirrel is indeed trying to eat some of those sandwiches. Yum, yum. I wonder what's in those. Peanut butter, I bet they'd like that. Probably jam, or maybe a bit of cheese. That's what I had today, cheese, yum. But Jess, come back, shouted Grandad. You can't keep a squirrel. Where's he going to sleep? Poor old Grandad's very worried about this thing. And look at him now. I wonder why you think he might be wringing out his socks. What happened to them? Ha! It's like us on a Friday. But look at Jess go. She's got great balance. Climbing along that fallen tree. Still on the tail there of the squirrel. I'll make him a bed in my room, Jess said. There's Grandad. He's crawling across that log, isn't he? And here's Jess now. And you can look, she's still clambering after that little squirrel, but the squirrel's still managing to get away. "Hurry up, Grandad," said Jess. "Come and see, I think I found a waterfall." I think Grandad's looking a little bit tired now. Maybe it's all the wind. Woo. Here she is, stood by the water's edge, look, and she's got the squirrel right next to her. That water does look a bit lively, I can tell you. Ooh, look at this. Look at Grandad now. I wonder why he's sitting there. What do you think he's doing? Why do you think he's holding that to his head? Oh, and now look at the squirrel with Jess. They look like friends. Amazing. And they're both sat watching what looks like a weir, which is a bit like a waterfall. And the water is very, very bubbly. "Jess, you can't really keep a squirrel," whispered Grandad. "I know," said Jess. "He belongs to the wild." I think Grandad's being quite reasonable there, isn't he? He's telling her what really should be happening. And look at that. I think Jess is waving a goodbye because she knows the squirrel belongs in the trees, really. "I love being in the wild," Jess said. "Can we come back tomorrow?" "Well, okay," sighed Grandad. "If we really have to." "Good," Jess said, "because..." I wonder what she's going to say now. Well, there's two squirrels in the tree now. And there they are walking home again along the riverbank. I wonder what she's going to say. Because one of those ducks might need looking after. Oh my word. So now she's changed her mind. She doesn't want a squirrel anymore. She's looking at the ducks in the water and thinks maybe I can have one of those to look after. Wow! And here they are on their walk home after quite a busy day, and they're going back over that brilliant big bridge. Ooh, it's very windy here. And I'm looking there and I think they've had a nice day. I think Grandad's probably more tired than poor Jess, but I think they've both had quite a good fun day. Wow. Well, I hope you've had quite a fun day. I've been in school today and I've seen a few people. Aria was in today, it was nice to see her. And it's nice to see all the pictures that you're sending in as well. I saw some great stick things that have been sent in. I love the fact that I think it was... Sorry, I got distracted. I think it was Casper who sent in this great picture of him with a flag on the end of his stick. And I thought that was pretty cool. I'm sure lots of you did loads of amazing other things. And if you manage to look on the gallery, you can see some of the photos that Mrs. Dryden's put on there of people doing their work, which is brilliant. Some math stuff going on, some writing, some drawing. Absolutely amazing. Anyhow, have a great weekend. If you do manage to get out and about over the next week or two, obviously stay safe, keep away from lots and lots of people. But if you do get to go for a walk, see what animals you can see. Can you see birds? Can you see squirrels? It'd be amazing if you could keep a record of the things you see. You could sit in your house, look out the window and spot what you can see from there. You might be able to see some squirrels, you might see some birds, you could see all sorts of animals. So let me know. Send me a little note on Miss Dryden's page or email us in at zdryden@hathernprimary.net and maybe I can talk about it next week. In the meantime, look after yourselves. I'll see you soon, guys. Stay safe.